Students, I welcome you again to the next class of chemistry. And as you know, we are doing chemistry in everyday life chapter. So again today I have one more questions for you. So I have given the hints on the whiteboard. So today we are going to discuss 10 questions. So first one is describe the function of antibiotics. Give one example. So what are antibiotics? These are the chemical formed by microorganisms. Microorganisms can be bacteria, fungi or mold. Okay. So we obtain antibiotics from microorganisms. As you know what, and you all very well know that what are microorganisms. Microorganisms cannot be seen by naked eye, but we can see them only through microscope. That is why they are called microorganisms. These microorganisms produce certain kind of chemicals which are called antibiotics. They are used to kill other type of microorganisms which produce diseases such as common cold, sore throat, cholera, TB, penicillin. Okay, so TB. Penicillin antibiotic is effective against pneumonia and bronchitis. So penicillin is that kind of antibiotic which is effective against pneumonia and bronchitis. So from where we are getting penicillin? We are getting it from the microbes. Okay, so those chemicals which are obtained from microorganisms, and these chemical helps to cure diseases in our body. Such chemicals are known as antibiotics. Next is what are antipyretics? Give two example. Beta, name suggests antipyretics are drugs which reduce our body temperature. Antipyretic medicines are chemicals which bring perspiration, that is, it reduces our body temperature by increasing sweating. See, whenever you have fever, you take paracetamol or you take aspirin. After some time, what will happen? Your whole body will sweat. So when sweating occurs, there is perspiration, evaporation, your body will get cold, and when you check the temperature, it will be normal. So those medicine which reduce the body's temperature are known as antipyretic. Example are aspirin, paracetamol and phenacetin. Aspirin can also play a role of analgesic as it can relieve body pain. Same is with paracetamol. Aspirin and paracetamol both, they reduce pain also. They help in reduction of pain. But the main function of these drugs is to reduce body's temperature. Okay, next. What are allergens? Name two substances which usually generate allergic response. Allergens are substances that cause allergic reaction. This common allergens are dust, dust mites, drugs, and cat saliva. A number of chemicals like histamine and serotonin generate allergic response. I'll give you a very good example. Suppose let's talk about the people who are suffering from asthma. What happens in asthma? The inner lining of lungs, that is alveolar membrane, it gets thickened when it is triggered by certain kind of irritant or allergen. For example, in a house, somebody is frying a tadka, or somebody is frying a vegetable, or some frying is going on. The person who is having asthma will feel difficulty in breathing. Why? Because that smell, that frying odor is going into his lungs through his nostril, and it is increasing the thickness of the alveolar membrane. And you already know through alveolar membrane exchange of gases takes place. But when the membrane is thickened, the gases will find hindrance. So the person will find it very difficult to breathe, to inhale and exhale. This is a kind of allergic response. Let's take an example of a small mite. Okay, a small mite or a mosquito, when bites on your, what we can say, stings on your skin, there is a red spot created. The red spot is created by histamine present in our body. This red spot ensures that the infection will not move further from that point. So that what we can say swollen part keeps the infection to itself only. It won't let it spread through the body. So this is a kind of allergic response. Allergic response are good for us But in certain cases we have to come out of allergic response to survive. So similarly, asthma is a kind of allergic response. When a person takes a nebulizer or some kind of inhaler, the allergic response is reversed. That is, in the inhaler there is an antihistamine drug. Our body produces histamine, which further increases the swelling, but antihistamine drugs reduces the swelling and reduces the allergic response. One of the most common household allergic drug, anti-allergic drug, is cetirizine. Cetirizine is antihistamine. It decreases the histamine level in the body. Whenever you feel cold, whenever you have some kind of rashes over your body, doctor suggests just take 2 tablets of cetirizine or 1 tablet of cetirizine and you will be fine after some time. What does cetirizine do? It reduces the histamine level, okay, and our body comes back to normal. Rashes goes off. How are antiseptic different from disinfectant? This I have already explained you yesterday. Antiseptics are applied to the living tissue. They can be applied to cuts, wounds, ulcer, diseases, skin surface. Ulcer and diseased skin surface. Examples of antiseptics are Dettol, boric acid, sofromycin. Now disinfectants. These are not safe for living tissue. These are generally used to kill microorganisms present in the bathroom, latrines and open places solution. DDT, KMNO4 are the example of disinfectants. You might have seen Chhabil, which is usually takes place near the holy places. So they take a big tanker, in that they take water and they put large amount of KMNO4 and the water turns pink. So whenever somebody comes and drink the liquid they are providing us for to drink to us, after this the what you can say utensil which has been used, all the glasses, infected glasses, are just thrown into the tank containing KMNO4, and they and the bacteria which is present over the glasses is died out, and they can again use those glasses. So that is an example of disinfectant. Even in your home, you know, phenyl is used in swiping the floors, disinfecting the floors. So the major difference is antiseptic can be applied on the skin, but disinfectant cannot be applied on the skin, but both function same. Both have same function, that is killing the microbes and bacteria. Next we have sulfur drugs. I have already explained you yesterday. So 2 sulfur main drugs are sulfanilamide. It is used in the treatment of urinary and respiratory infection, and the another is sulfadiazine. It is used in the treatment of dysentery, respiratory and urinary infection. Now next question is, give one use of each of biothionol and chloramphenicol. Biothionol is added to soap to impart antiseptic property, okay. In every soap they add biothionol to increase its antiseptic property. It removes undesirable odor developed due to bacterial decomposition of organic matter on our skin. So you know, when we sweat, we smell. Even sometimes our clothes smell. So when we take bath, that smell is taken off by the biothionol. Even it provides what we can say healthy environment over the skin. It kills all the bad bacteria over the skin. So it acts as an antiseptic properties. It has antiseptic properties. Next example is chloramphenicol. It is a broad spectrum antibiotic. Beta, there are 2 types of antibiotic, broad spectrum and narrow spectrum. Broad spectrum antibiotics are those antibiotics which can treat number of diseases. Single medicine can be used to treat number of diseases. For example, chloramphenicol is a broad spectrum antibiotic. It is used to treat typhoid, pneumonia, dysentery, okay. So number of diseases it can treat. Even chloramphenicol can also treat acute fever, pneumonia and certain urinary infection. Next, what type of drug is chloramphenicol? As I told you already, it is a broad spectrum antibiotic. Single drug can treat number of disorders. Next, name a substance used as disinfectant. 1% solution of phenol or chlorine can be used as disinfectant. When does a drug cause side effect? A drug cause side effects when it binds to more than one type of receptors. Okay, when drug binds to more than one type of receptors, it produces side effects. What type of drug is ofloxacin? Ofloxacin is a bacterial antibiotic. Bactericidal antibiotic means it kills bacteria. What type of drug is penicillin? Penicillin is antibiotic drug. Okay. Next, last question. Describe wide spectrum antibiotics with suitable example. Wide spectrum antibiotics are medicines which are effective against several type of harmful microorganisms. One drug can kill number of microorganisms. For example, chloramphenicol is effective against typhoid, pneumonia and dysentery. Streptomycin is effective against TB. So today the base point is broad and narrow spectrum antibiotics. Broad spectrum antibiotic kills number of bacteria, so it can be used for number of diseases, whereas narrow spectrum antibiotic can kill only one type of bacteria. It is a very specific medicine, so it can be used to treat only one kind of disease or infection. So revise all these terms and question answers. I'm sending you pick along with it. Write them in your chemistry notebook and stay home, stay safe, study hard because this is a board class. Thank you.